Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'll be reviewing the Patek Philippe 5204G-001 in white gold with a green dial, 5204G. It's a split-second chronograph perpetual calendar. I'll tell you a little bit about the history of this watch. Then I'll tell you about where it stands in the lineup of other similar 5204s. Then I'll tell you about the case, bezel, dial, bracelet movement. Finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start just with a little history. I'm making this video as of 2026, but this watch was released in 2012. So that makes it 14 years already, which actually makes me think that they will do a new split-second chronograph, perpetual chronograph at some point. But who knows? They've released other models such as the 5712 for 20 years. So it's hard to say. It's only been 14 years. Maybe this one has another 6 years left in it. And there's really nothing that can be done to make it better because it's, in my opinion, the perfect split-second chronograph on the market. And the price reflects that. Okay, so a lot to unpack here. It was released in 2012, and over the years, they've done a lot of different variations. Now, as Patek usually does do, they make a variation, they release it for a few years, and then they stop it. Now, they made it in platinum with white dial, and they had a few variations of that. And then they did a black dial. Then they did it in rose gold with a gray dial, rose gold with a white dial, rose gold with a black dial. And then they've recently done the one that you're looking at right here, at least as of 26. This is the latest model. I'm pretty sure they'll do another variations later on. But right now, this is it. White gold with this green dial. It's not a very dark, it's not a tacky green. It's a nice forest green. So I'm going to get into that a little bit when I start talking about the watch. Okay, so with that said, now you know there's a lot of different variations. They've been making this watch for a very long time, and get this is the craziest part, is the retail price of this watch. As of 2026, the retail price is $381,000 US. And actually, in 2025, in October, when Trump went all crazy with the tariffs, then Patek raised their retails. This watch was retailing for like $415,000 or something USD. After tax, it's like, I think probably around 450,000. Now it'd be around 420,000 or 410,000 USD if you bought this at retail, which is totally crazy because we're selling it for half of that. Okay, under $200,000 at JazzTime.com, which is around a 50% discount from retail. So it would just be totally nuts if you went and bought this at the authorized dealer. And plus, don't forget, if you want to buy a watch like this, you have to apply. Can you believe it? You have to apply to buy a watch that is selling for $180,000 above what you could get it on the gray market. Actually kind of sounds ridiculous, right? But people still do it, but a lot of people don't, which is why they buy it from Jazz Time, which is why we have this watch here, right? To sell to you if you'd like to buy it. It's a great value for what it is. So let's start this video and talk about, start with the head itself. All right. I've told you already about the history. I've told you about where it stands in the lineup. And so now let's talk about the watch itself, starting with the case. The case is probably one of the coolest things. They don't have this case in any other reference. A lot of times you'll see watchmakers, for example, AP or Rolex, they'll use the same case more or less in every model, and they'll just change the color or something really simple. No, in Patek, they completely redesigned the case. There's no other case that looks like this. They don't use this 5204 case in any other case. So it's very special. And why is it special? Well, let's take a look at it. First of all, they were able to pack massive amounts of complications into just 40 millimeters. So I would actually say this is going to be a watch for those with a slightly smaller wrist or that like to wear slightly smaller watches. It's going to have a big thickness though, because it's got, I think, something like 600 parts, and the thickness is 14 millimeters. But that's not terribly thick considering that Royal Oak offshores are actually 15 millimeters. So 14 millimeter, yeah, it's on the thicker side. If it was 12 millimeters, no one would say anything. It'd be super thin. But to have all this extra stuff in here, split second chronograph, perpetual, etc., etc., it's at 14 millimeters, it's still quite thin, but I can't say it's that thin. So if you're looking for a thin watch, then definitely this is not going to be it. It's thicker, but not too thick, right? There's other thinner watches like the 5270, 5270. Okay, but anyways, what I like about this case. All right, first thing is turn it on its side, look at the 9 o'clock side. You see it has a nice profile to it. It has a lot of variation through it. You have the middle case, you have the bezel, and then you have a case back that kind of sits, and they put the strap kind of in the middle so that the watch doesn't sit too top heavy. If you put the strap really, if you anchor the strap very low on the watch, then the watch looks like it sits top heavy. This one doesn't, because where the spring bar sits is actually in the middle of the watch. It's just some small attention to detail that I've noticed. And also when you look at the pushers, you'll notice that they're nicely aligned and they look very, how you say, a little bit vintage, but that's a nice look. And check out the lugs. They don't do these kind of lugs in any other case. The lugs just look absolutely perfect to me. So in my opinion, the case work on this is just so unique and beautiful that, it's just fantastic. Okay, so that's the case, 14 millimeters. It's not the smallest case here, but it's still very beautiful. One of the best cases I've seen on here. Okay, let's look at the dial here. By the way, it was all made of white gold. Now let's look at the dial here. The dial here is going to be a nice green. They actually call this, Patek calls this a sunburst olive green. It looks like a forest green or something, and it goes black toward the periphery. So it's actually with a black gradient rim. So as you go toward the edge of this watch, it starts to look black. And you know why that's good is because green is a really hard color to match. It's actually one of the hardest colors to match. So that's not a good thing. So that's why making it dark green as opposed to very bright green is a benefit. And having it go toward black on the periphery, it even in the darker light, it actually looks black, which makes it match a lot of things. But this dark green still gives it a bit of contrast, and in my opinion, it just really makes the watch look that much more unique and cool. Now, what else is I can unpack about this dial is that I like the way that they did these hands. They did these baton hands, but they have luminescent on it. If you look at other Grand Complications, for example, they make a 5370, which is also a split second, okay? But that split second doesn't have any luminescence, which I think is kind of lame because, a lot of people want to be able to read these watches at night, which makes total sense, but they can't do that, right? And so, and also, for example, on their other Grand Complications, the 5270, which is also a perpetual chronograph, it doesn't have luminescent on the hands. You can't actually read the watch at night, which is quite annoying. And I would think that, you should be able to read your watch at night. So this is, I want to say it's the only Grand Complication that has the perpetual calendar and the chronograph or split second that has luminescent. So that might be a reason why you would want to get this one over the 5270 or the 5370, because really of this luminescent. You think it's not a big deal, but try wearing this watch at night. That means you can only wear it for half the day, right? Because you can't actually read it the other half of the day. So it's really important to be able to read this watch. Okay. All right. And I also like the way that they did the hands on it. It has these doffing hands, which means it doesn't look very old school. On for example, the 5270 or some of the older versions, I didn't like the hands. They look too old school, but this doffing hands, that look really great. Okay. Still staying on this dial, let's just point out a few things on it so that you can see what all this stuff is for. It's a lot. You have the day, Monday through Sunday on the left. On the right, you have the month, January through December. And on the left side, you have a running second hands. That's the 60 second running. That's consistently running. And on the right-hand side, you have a minute counter. It's only a 30-minute counter. That's kind of a negative for this watch, though. It's only 30 minutes. It counts only 30 minutes. You would think that it could count like a few hours, but it can actually only count 30 minutes. Okay, at the bottom, you have also the date 1 through 31. Okay, that's what the long hand points to. And then you actually have a moon phase that faces downward. Most of the moon phases actually face upward. Not a lot of moon phases face downward. And I'm not sure why they do that, but it does look pretty cool to me. The moon, so the moon phase. And then here on the right hand side, you have indicator of leap year 1 through 4. 4 being the leap year and 1 being the 1 through 3 being the non-leap years. Leap year meaning that it has a 28th day, it goes straight to March 1st as opposed to going to February 29th. That's on the 4th. Okay, so that means this watch does not need to be set at all. It can continually run, hence the name perpetual calendar. I think every 100 years or something you have to change it. But anyways, on the left-hand side is a day and night indicator, so that you can actually know where you are, so that you don't change the clock or the date at between 9 and 12. So that's what it's for. Okay, so yeah, unpacks a whole lot on here. Okay, and so you stop on the top. You start the chronograph on the top, and if you want to release the split second, you hit the button in the center that stops the split second, and the second hand will continue running. And if you want them to catch up, you just press it again and it'll catch up. And you can start it at the top and reset at the bottom, and that's how the split second works. Pretty cool. I don't think there's much, to be honest, not a lot of practical aspect of it, but it is freaking really cool. Okay. Just keep in mind though, the split second can only calculate two things that are separated by less than 1 minute. That's kind of a key factor. And this whole chronograph can only calculate something that's separated by 1 minute. By separated, it can only calculate time elapsed by 30 minutes. Okay, let's move on here to the strap. Now, the strap here is going to be a green one. It's a calfskin hand stitch, shiny olive green stitch with a white gold fold over clasp. Nothing too fancy there, just a standard strap, to be honest. But you could also, my personal opinion, this one's in green. I'm not in love with having everything in green because, as I said, green's a very hard color to match. But I do like having other colors such as black. I think this would go really well with the black. And I guess on Christmas you could even change it to red. You'd be red and green. Okay, but anyways, that would be the strap option. Maybe even a canvas strap to make it look more casual, or maybe even a alligator green black strap. But at any rate, yeah, that's pretty nice, the strap. Okay, let's look at the movement here. Here's what you're paying for all this money. At least Patek thinks you should pay this. They think that you should pay $300,000 plus tax, $420,000 of your hard-earned money to buy this watch because of this fantastic movement. I'm telling you that you should buy this one at Jazz Time, spend under $200,000, save that $180,000, and give it to your kids or your wife, or spend it on something else. Okay, so what about this movement? Okay, first of all, let's start with this. It's got 496 parts. I thought it had 600. For this price, I think you'd have like a lot more parts. But okay, 496 is not a small number of parts still. They managed to do it. Has a diameter of 32, thickness of 8.7. Has a power reserve of around 60 hours or so. And if you look at the movement yourself, you're just like, wow, damn, this is some crazy looking movement. It's very similar to the 5270, by the way, except it has just a few less parts. I think, 50 less parts or something like that, because it's kind of the brother of it. It's a caliber CHR 29-535 PSQ. And I think the 5270, which is basically the same thing, except it doesn't have a split second, it's going to be a very similar movement. I think the only difference is, actually, I'm looking at their website right now, the movement number is actually exactly the same. Instead of CHR, the 5270 has a CH. It's missing an R, but it has 456 parts, so it's different by approximately 50 parts. The split second makes it, adds 50 parts to it, and adds probably like, I don't know, half a millimeter or something to it, or maybe even a millimeter. But okay, at any rate, all right. So let's see. Let's just look and admire the case or the movement, and you can see, wow, it's just some crazy looking movement with all this stuff. So yeah, it looks beautiful. And by the way, if you have to service this thing, it's gonna cost you like $8,000 and take 6 months. We sold one of these and it had to be serviced, so that's how I know that. At least as of 25, it was that. So yeah. And only Patek can do it. Nobody else can do it. As you can imagine, it's 496 parts. Okay, time to try this watch on my wrist and give you my thoughts. Now, I'm a huge fan of Patek. I think they're one of the best watchmakers, right up there with Audemars Piguet, Richard Mille. So they're really top notch. And also, I guess you could say Vacheron Constantin. It's just a fantastic watch. And in this size, I really like it for those who have smaller wrists, because it's 40 millimeters, so it's a good size. And I like a lot of variations. This particular one, I'm going to say I like it in white metal. It's a stealth wealth look. And so I'm definitely going to give it a thumbs up. And there's really nothing else like it, nothing else on the market like it, nothing else that they offer like it. And so the most, I would say it's actually the most expensive Grand Complication without getting into these crazy diamonds, which I'm not really that big of a fan of. I know they make some other even crazier ones, 5470 split, and some other ones, but those ones are going to be like $500,000. So $200,000 plus is already a lot of money, and for most people that's a lot. But if you're a really watch connoisseur, 200,000 is it's kind of the top of the range. I'm not so sure buying a $400,000 watch is the best idea, anyways. But okay, at any rate. Look, if you want to buy this watch at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazzdime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazzdime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.